is it, everyone? How are ya? It's Monday.
You just got so much louder. I'm gonna turn my volume down a little bit on my
That's
computer.
fun.
All right.
Yeah, no, it's Monday for you guys. It is a Tuesday for us today. It's been, I think after this it'll have been for, no, it's almost June. No, May. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm bad at the months.
I will technically be home when this drops.
Yeah. So yeah, this will be the last episode, hopefully, as long as things don't change. I'm knocking on this table right here for theoretical wood or actual wood.
Nah, it's up in the air right now. Literally this morning, I got asked if I would extend for a month, and I'm like, maybe, because I'm like, that's the only way I'm really gonna get hours right now. But then
Yeah.
I heard from another company that I used to work for, that I won't name names. They told them yesterday that they're gonna cut the hours to 40, and I'm like, that is ass because we're traveling. Like, no one wants to travel and get the small check.
Minimal.
Yeah. So I heard that, and then I went to go tell somebody I won't name that works for the company I work for. And he's like, hey, look at this email. And I'm like, uh-oh. So they're talking about cutting hours for us, too. Which is ass, but I don't know. It could be, it would be shitty to be away from home that long. I'm literally today, like, brainstorming and going over it. But
That's fair.
if I could get it to where I have, 12 days on, but, like, there's a weekend in there, kind of like I have now, to where I could go pop over and see my grandpa a bit would be nice. Make up for some lost time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because that was the whole reason I'm working so much.
Text.
No worries, man. But yeah, that's the whole reason I'm working so much.
Start the race.
Did you have a drink this time, or are you fucking
Yes,
being
I
healthy,
did. I was
fasty
going
boy
to.
again?
No, I'm not. I have the pineapple old fashioned.
Nice. Cheers, buddy.
It is. Cheers, bud. It is the I think I found the final version of it. So I was walking around Meyer to grab, I forgot the random shit, but I happened to see this Jameson bottle. It's a triple cask. It's really good, actually, and it was $40. So I was like, it's not, obviously it's not the regular Jameson, but it's still, like, for something like that, it's a good price. And I was like, fuck it, I'll grab it. And it works really well with this.
Sorry, I just checked my bank account. I was listening to you, but I was like, I need to order food too.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me see what's in my bank account. And I was like, that's a really small number. Uh-oh.
Yeet.
And then it, like, popped up a notification that was like, hey, we're sorry, some Visa debit card transactions were duplicated multiple times. We're fixing it now. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah, so when we're done with this, I gotta go through it. Because that's like a few $100s shy of what it should be.
Yeah, that's rough. That's not good. Yeah, but no, this is, that pineapple syrup I made came out like, it's like a maple syrup, but it's just pineapple. Like, it is thick.
Dude, that would be so fucking good on some pancakes.
I thought that as I said it. As I said it was like maple syrup, I was like, oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna... Because we just had pancakes, so I can update everyone on Melissa's competition.
Yes, I have no knowledge on it. I have been a shitty friend and have not watched anything and have not asked about it, but I've really wanted to, and then I go to sleep.
To be fair, I am also now realizing I didn't send you the video link of the stream.
No. Melissa sent it.
But yeah.
Melissa sent it to the chat.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Which
Yeah.
was arguably shitty timing because I think it was Saturday, right? Or was
Yes.
it Saturday or Sunday, one of those. And it was arguably
No, it was Saturday, but it was
shitty timing
yeah.
because I had to work, so like I couldn't
Yeah.
watch it.
No, it's different.
And then Chrissy's in fucking New York, coming home today
Yeah.
as of recording. Shout out to Shay for watching the babies. But yeah, like none of us could watch it because it was like we're all at work or we're on vacation. Like,
No, it's fair though. No, it was so went really really well. Melissa's dad flew in and surprised her for it.
oh hell yeah,
So that was great. That was fun to do because I just had to not tell her.
fucking love Kirk.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I realized this had gotten moved.
Mine did too. I didn't realize until we were recording. They came in and bless you. They came in to clean today, and like they usually leave the desk alone, but I could see they tried. So like they turned the microphone to where it was like the mic was pointed that way, and like they picked up
That's
one
funny.
thing on the desk, and then they were like, "Never mind." Like, which good for them. I'll send you a fucking Snapchat of the desk so you know how fucking crazy it is right now. It's a
That's
small,
so funny.
small desk compared to what we usually get, so it's cramped as fuck.
Honestly, to me, what's funny is like, I was just like, because we talked about the podcast thing for.
It's fucking small, dude.
Yeah. It's also so funny to see like myself looking at myself on the phone, because that's. But yeah, I was thinking about going over some more shit with Jake about the thing later.
Oh yeah,
And,
shit. Sorry, no, we're being bad friends again. Tell us about fucking Melissa. Man.
Yes, Jesus Christ. No, so no. Anyway, so she we get there early, get her ready. She comes in underweight, no problem. Mm-hmm. And basically, other than her first event, which was they do a relay where she picks up I think it was a 100-pound sandbag, carries it like probably 50 to 75 feet, and then they have to do, it's called the Fingal's finger. It's just a long steel pole. Mm-hmm. I thought it was called the Fearless finger, and then I think it's Fingal. I think that's probably whoever invented it, I assume.
That makes sense.
But it's just essentially, it's a giant steel beam pole that they will add weight to at the top, and they have to pick it up, throw it one way, and then go to the other side and throw it the other. And she was just
okay.
First, so just first competition nerves, and she got a little iffy on the first one. Otherwise, she killed it pretty good. They had that. She did 4 reps of the log at 115. She did the they did do a guitar hold, which was first was deadlift and then the log. Deadlift she did they did deadlift. Then they did deadlift, sorry. She did, her max ended up being 315. She definitely could have ended up doing more, in my opinion, and in her opinion. But she already was doing good enough that she got second. And she told her trainer to basically decide what she thought would be the best way to go.
Yeah.
And so she didn't. And the person that took first tried to do 345 for some reason, and wasn't able to barely get it. And so because I think the weight got jumped up too fast for them to really say hey, I should do that. But also they only have 3 attempts. There's technicalities. But other than that, the next one was called the guitar hold, which is just essentially they have a stringless guitar that they add weight to on the back, and they have to hold it out both arms and lock essentially, and then once they have their arms out, they hold out as long as they can. They're only allowed to like re-strengthen their arms once.
Like reposition?
No, like essentially like if you're holding your arms out like this, if they were to like if their arms kind of do that, they're allowed to kind of do that one more time. Gotcha. Not like a full like redo, but if it just a little buckle.
Yeah.
They're allowed one little buckle. And then if they do a second, that's the end of the time. She was 0.6 seconds away from first place in that event.
That's still fucking good, though, man.
Yeah. Other than that, and then she murdered the stones. The Atlas stones, it's her favorite event, but she fucking killed stones. It's a 105, a 115, and a 135 pound essentially cement stone. It's like super smoothed out, but it's still cement stone. And so she picks that up and has to put it on her shoulders and then put her arm out like that. And then then they say you can set it down, then she drops it and does the same thing for all of them. The girl that ended up taking first place, once she got to the 135 boulder, it fell off her shoulder, so she had to redo it. So Melissa took first there. And then, it was a really great competition. Her the two other people that train out of her gym also placed. The one guy placed second, and Prather placed second. It was his first time competing. And then Johnny placed first by far. And then they did a tiebreaker for two events, which was actually kind of cool. So the tiebreaker was that they had to take like a 220-pound sandbag and lift it up and push it over this pole back to the other person, and then back and forth until one person couldn't do it anymore. So they ended up doing that twice, and it was because if Melissa had been 0.6 second closer and taken first in that event, they would have tied, and they would have had to do it. And her and that girl were just like, God, I'm so glad we didn't have to do that. I'm so tired. Like, her name was Quinn. She was really, really cool. So it was great. Like, the competition was awesome. It was great to see her dad, like, enjoy it and watch the whole thing. Because it was his first time seeing any of it. And then, for, her coworkers, Nate, Patrick, and Phil, they all showed up with their kids, and Patrick has no kids. But
what's funny is as you were saying that, I was about to say it and be like, Patrick doesn't have children.
Oh, that's funny. Liz would appreciate that so much. So he showed up with a sign
for the listeners. Patrick is worse than I am. If I had children, you'd probably be a little fearful. You'd be like, all right, he's gonna be a cool.
Well, he's
dad.
24.
Yeah, Patrick ate a muffin out of the trash. Or a bagel or some shit.
It was one of those, like, it was the plastic wrap muffin that was in the refrigerated cooler that they just threw out that day.
Yeah, but he ate it.
And so he saw it in there.
He ate it out of the shop trash, man. Sealed or not.
Yes, I know. I'm not saying not. I'm just saying that was the details that were of all of it.
I'm trash talking him just because we're too similar. Because I would do it too.
I said the same thing. I was like, look, like, as long as it isn't, like, actually past its expiration date and it's not, like, covered in a bunch of gunk. Like, he said it was just sitting on the top. Like, it wasn't like he saw it and dug through. Yeah. It was just the thing on top.
I was like...
So I'm like, okay, like, I don't know.
My question was...
Depending.
Which trash can? You know, because I worked
Yeah,
there.
it depends.
Like, if you told me, oh, it's the trash can in the shop floor by the front bathroom area, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah. But if you told me, like, oh, it's over by the mill machine,
That bathroom.
I'd be like, maybe. But if you told me it's
Yeah.
over by the other mill machine, I'd be like, no, hell no.
Yeah. No, there's certain, yeah. But I don't know them, so either way. I digress. He showed up with a sign. And it was really cool. So they were great. He hung out. They all hung out for a little while. He lives in Port Huron, so he eventually,
fuck.
you know, they all ended up leaving. Also, they didn't put out that many seats, so like it was one of those like, all right, like our kids eventually they can't sit down, so we're gonna leave,
Yeah.
which was fair. But they did they have a great time. I think like Phil wanted his daughter, who's like, I think she's, I don't even know, maybe like 7 years old or something. He wanted her essentially to see Melissa and see all these other girls compete, so that she could get a better idea of like, oh, this is like, you are capable of this shit if you wanted to do this,
Yeah.
kind of shit. So, and I think he said like they all had a good time, but just after enough time, kids are kids, and they're like, I'm not allowed to run around in here. I need to go.
Yeah.
So they did. But it was really cool. We had a great time afterwards. You know, they did the ceremonies, and then we went home. She took a quick, you know, her, Jules, and you know everyone that competed, and then it was just me, Johnny, Jules, and then her dad ended up meeting us up at the top for food and drinks afterwards. Had a great time, all that jazz, and it was cool. I'm glad she did really well. She's trying to figure out when her next competition will be. You know, so that's cool. I'm like antsy to go to Facebook Marketplace and get a goddamn squat rack.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I want to get back into it because I don't want to go to the gym. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, that was that was all of our Saturday. Basically, it was just, you know, we went down the Majestic and hung out. I drank some coffee. I got to have some pizza. Sergeant
Nice.
Pepperoni's was there, so I ran over and got a little pizza to myself. I wanted a BLT, but you can only get that in the medium and large, and I was like, well, I'm not getting myself that big of a pizza and just like smashing it in front of all these people working out.
I would. If I went with you,
I
we
still
would.
yes. Well, that's different. If it's two people smashing a giant pizza.
We would get two pizzas
But
each. No, we wouldn't. We would split.
Well,
one
I
and
got
be
a small.
hungry later. Yeah.
I did get a small. Well, the problem was like it took a lot longer than I expected, so like I ended up having to like essentially get it and then run in, and within like 3 minutes of me, not even 3 minutes, 2 minutes of me getting in there and back to my seat, Melissa was up. So like it was like I didn't have the time to like eat most of the pizza in there and then maybe bring a slice into the room to finish eating while they were doing so, because if Patrick ate a piece of pizza while he was standing there, and Nate and all his kids just got individual slices. I wanted to try some ordered shit because I'm like, I'm not doing that when you go to the Magic Stick at a show and it's fucking slam packed to get my own separate pizza, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to try a piece of pizza.
Dude,
But it was really good.
Speaking of trying a piece of pizza, I fucking I'm sure I've talked about this place on the podcast several times. Casey's. I grew up on that gas station. Like, I tell people all the time, like, go. I hit play. And then literally my controller.
I'm not going to lie. I thought
controller.
originally what you had done is just set it up as like, oh, it's just like not like like it's a photo slide, not this.
No, I didn't want to hit play while we were talking about Melissa, but we finished and I just hit play, and then I saw the little notification come up in the corner that said your controller has died, and I'm like, welp.
I guess it's just
there.
gonna go.
Ugh.
That's so funny.
But no, I went to Casey's a couple days ago. So I was like, dude, there's a Casey's right here. I gotta fucking try it. Like, that's gonna distract the shit out of me. Okay. But yeah,
That's fair.
I went to
Also, now that you said it, I see the blinking thing in the corner.
yeah, it's like dying. But yeah, I went to Casey's because I was like, Casey's was the shit. Like, I always tell people, like, it's really good pizza. I'm like, if you ever go down, like, to the Missouri, Kansas area, like, you gotta stop at Casey's. Bro, it's fucking 7-Eleven now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the same. Like, maybe if I go to like a small town, I'll try when I go to Parsons this weekend. But like, it's literally, I walked in, I'm like, oh, this is a 7-Eleven. Like,
damn,
the pizza was the same as like 7-Eleven Speedway, which isn't bad, but it wasn't the Casey's that I got. Like, the Casey's that I used to get as a kid was basically like a better DiGiorno's, which
that's fair.
Isn't good, but it's good. So
that's what it is,
man.
Essentially. No, that sucks because like I agree. Like, the only gas station pizza I get isn't even necessarily gas station pizza. It's that one place that's like, it's a giant gas station that has a business that rented a whole side that is a restaurant. Or like, you know, it has pizza and it has chicken. I've never gotten their chicken. I just get a slice of pizza. I should get some, honestly.
Is it Crunchies? Something with a K? The chicken?
Maybe.
There's one by you that's like that, and it's really good chicken.
Yeah. So the one I have heard, according to Elliot, Jules' son, that he said that the chicken at that gas station on the corner is apparently his favorite.
Yeah.
And that's saying something.
That's the one I went to.
So I was like,
really
I probably should. I really should go in there and try that one time as well. But like, the only time I'm going there is that would be reasonable to turn into it without making a hassle would be when I'm going to work at 5 a.m, and I don't even think they're open for that at that point.
No, not at that time. Yeah. And so like, no, the place I go is like, it's at that 19 a mound, and 19, whatever, somewhere on Mound, 19 a mound. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But other than that, like, yeah, any pizza you see in a gas station is just like, it looks like someone heated a DiGiorno's and they cut it and threw it on the rack, and it might get a little extra crispier because it's in the hot thing.
No, I will say though,
but probably not.
I will say I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but we definitely talked about it through text or something. The fucking drivers here are shit. Like, it's either people driving really slow or it's like a lifted truck going fast. And by fast, I mean they're going 80. Like, not that fast. But literally, I stopped at that Casey's, and the hotel by me, like, I have to do like 2 roundabouts to get to the hotel from the Casey's. So I'm driving on like a main busy street. I've got 2 slices of pizza. I'm eating 1 slice and fucking driving through it. I'm going through the roundabout, just smashing the pizza. This fucking on the first roundabout, this little old lady is looking at me at the yield thing. I'm just eating the pizza, driving through. And then the second roundabout, it's 2 lanes. There's a big lifted truck next to me. He looks down at me, sees me throw one of the fucking cardboard things and grab another piece, and I'm just like, their faces, man. They're like, "You what? Like, no, like 2 hands. It's scary." I'm like, "It's a fucking roundabout, man." Like,
we're Michigan drivers, bro. We're good up here.
But I'm telling you, man. Like, almost any Michigan driver would murder down here. And like I hate the whole regional
Yeah.
bullshit, but like no one fucking knows how to drive here, man.
Yeah.
That's
I
all
mean,
we
well, to be
do up
fair, we
there.
are the motor state. So like,
True, true.
I don't know. I feel like it is something ingrained in some of us, like, because like I feel like I'm a pretty good driver.
I
I've
would
never
say
been
so.
in like I mean I don't. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've never really been in an accident that I've caught. Like the only one I was like, uh, when a chick slammed her brakes in stop and go traffic during like construction, and they had like the sand and dirt all over the road, so my car slid fucking 10 feet
Yeah.
and I bump checked in my Intrepid, in my first car. Other than that,
Dude,
like,
I miss that car.
yeah, other than that, I've been lucky that you don't even have, oh, no, that you had the Avenger when I knew you.
Oh
I
yeah.
never had the Intrepid when I knew
Yeah.
you. The Intrepid died the Intrepid died the day I bought my Avenger.
Did it?
Because my dad, yeah, I went, I got my Avenger, took it home, and then the next day, I should say the next time it was driven, my dad drove it to fucking the car wash to get it cleaned so he could take pictures of it to sell it, and then pulling out of the car wash straight, like trying to turn right onto the street. As soon as his front tires hit the actual road, the radiator exploded. So, so he had to obviously fix that so then he could sell it again. But like that would have been pretty shit. The next time I fucking drove it, it just blew up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was perfect timing on that one. But other than that, yeah, I've never really been in like I hydroplaned that one time. That was the other time.
Yeah, that's not your fault
And
though.
that was pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty lucky too. Like I just fixed my tires and got alignment. So we other than that, like, I don't know. I've never been that, and then I used to do go-karts as a kid cuz Bill found a go-kart, and I always he told me I'm the one that used to like uh, ride the fuck out of that thing because I knew how to like gas. He's like, you know how to race car drive in that thing, and you need to not do that because it can't handle that. Because I would gas it, I'd gas it halfway through a turn and shit like that. And he was like, no, you need to kind of just let it turn, quit gassing it through there because I kept breaking the chain on it. And I'd have to push it back down the street. And he's like, no, you know what you're doing, but stop. This can't handle that. So just. And I kept doing it, though. It's fun.
No, I get it. Like, I don't know. The go karting thing was fun. The last time I went was with coworkers, and like my go kart was like slow. Like I was literally
Yeah,
like
it
pedal
sucks.
to the fucking floor, but I was like, you know what? I'm vibing, man. Like, also,
At that point, you just need to ask the guy, like, which one's the one not to get?
no, well, it was the last race. Like the first few, I got kind of screwed
Oh.
because I was in front, and I was like, I don't want to be in front. Like I want to be like somewhere in the middle. Like I'm not racing to race, and everybody was
Yeah.
slamming into each other, and I'm like, I'm sore. I don't want to do that. I just want to vibe. So the last race, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna actually try. I'm gonna try. No, so I was like, well, this
Get
is
the worst one.
I'm like, this
That
is
sucks.
what I wanted from the beginning, so that's cool. Like, also,
Yeah, that sucks.
full disclosure,
But also,
I am currently ordering an entire slab of ribs right now.
I don't blame you, man.
Uh,
Yeah, so I'm cooking. I'm currently cooking collard greens downstairs.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Cause, so I'm okay. I will say I'm attempting it, cause Melissa decided to grab them while she was on her cut, and thought like we might be able to do them, but we had enough food, and then I'd also never, because I told essentially you basically have to cook like some meat in there or a lot of salt with it for them, any recipe that it calls for. So we just weren't actually able to do so while she was making her cuts and for the competition. So luckily they were still good this week. So I was like, fuck yeah, like they're on the brink of like not good anymore, but I still wanted to use them. So I just kind of like haphazardly like, all right, like let's make this out of. I told her to get stuff that we could, and then so it's cooking downstairs. Hopefully it's probably it'll be most of the way done by the time when we're done, and then I'll finish dinner. So we're just doing shrimp and rice, but like I'm like, yeah, like I want to actually try, like, because all the recipes that I see call for like a lot more than what we had. So I had to like essentially quarter the or third the recipe that I was reading. So I'm kind of like, all right, well, hopefully this works, and next time I'll like go to the store, kind of thing, get it, and then get all the what we didn't get chunk ham.
Oh,
We got
I hate chunk ham anyway, honestly.
well, yeah. To me, like I wouldn't put in there as like actually like super big chunks. It'd be more of like tiny dice.
That would be all right. Yeah, yeah.
Like that's where I like. Well, because I am always obsessed with like I like having everything in every bite. Like I don't like having an overwhelming amount of one thing over the other. Yeah, I can hear you and myself. It's really weird.
Sorry, my hair was bothering me, man.
It's fair. But no, I'm like, so it should be good. They still got like smoked ham. I just cut it up and it's sliced ham, so I threw it in there, and I got bacon and onion. So I'm like, all right, this time we're gonna see how it goes, and then next time I'll definitely have a way better idea of like, oh, and garlic.
Gotta have the garlic.
Yeah. So I'm excited to try it. Next time, I actually want to do like get like a ham bone, or like when I make a big portion of it with like a full portion. That'd be good. Especially if these are good.
I've been heavily contemplating like a mill service, but then of course
not bad for you, honestly.
Yeah, but then my job sent me away, and I'm like, I can't really do a mill service in a hotel. Like it's weird, but
yeah, no, you couldn't do that.
yeah, like when I'm back home, I was like, that might be a vibe, like, because I don't really have I have time to cook and shit, but like cooking for myself kind of sucks. And then like Chrissy's schedule is just as whack as mine, so it's like sometimes we might cook dinner and it'll be something cool, but I don't know. I was thinking do a meal kit service, have it set up, you know.
Honestly, that does sound like it's perfect for you, like, cause yeah, if I was single, like, I mean, I might cook myself stuff, but like, no, that would be more of like, I didn't.
Yeah,
I really didn't.
like
I've realized like, yeah, my cooking is like, I like cooking for other people. I don't necessarily like cooking for myself. I'll eat with myself for sure.
yeah,
But like, I definitely prefer cooking for other people. So I'm always like,
dude,
when I was single, it was either you were there and we were making some shit because we were making shit, or
we were making.
I was going
shit.
to Taco Bell, McDonald's, or Burger King, Chipotle, whatever the fuck I felt like going close by because it was just me. So yeah,
Dude,
I didn't.
and
I'm 100% like it's gonna be healthier for you, like way healthier.
Dude, I straight up, I have like the autism meals. Like when I get to the hotel, I always buy shit for tacos. Like I'm sure you've seen it. Every time I've been away for work, it's like day 3. I'm like, I made like 9 tacos. Like,
I mean, to be fair, when you're thinking of like, all right, well, what can I cook within a hotel kitchen? You're like, what are super simple meals? It's like, okay, I can take a tortilla shell and cook some ground beef in the one pan that because some places are literally just like a hot plate spot.
Yeah.
So it is one pan. I'm gonna cook the beef with a bunch of seasoning in that one pan.
I mean,
and then
mine.
white people tacos.
Yeah, that's literally what it's been. And my hotels have gotten lucky. Aside from the first one, it was like they had one hot plate for the floor. So it was like if you didn't have it, you didn't have it. Like these ones, I have. For the most part, it's literally right there. For the most part, it's like built into the counter. It's basically two hot plates, basically. But I have been in some where it's like you have a full like stove and oven, and those are fucking dope. But every time I have one of those, it's like I'm there for 4 days. It's like I don't really need that for 4 days. So I'm gonna go fucking get Chipotle, you know?
Yeah. No, like that's honestly like it's like you're like, all right, like I can do like I kind of like, all right, like I can make 90% of our meals that I make here with two plates and an oven most of the time, as long as also most of the time none of those places obviously have the utensils in which to cook most of these things. That's also 90% of the problem.
Yeah, but I mean I have a setup like literally right next to me. I have all of my fucking extra dishware from my townhouse that just sits in my closet, and then when I travel I pull the fucking box out, put it in the car, and I go. Like,
well, that's fair. That's true because you drive down there.
Yeah.
And stuff like
I literally all my silverware's right here. This is from the townhouse. It hasn't been out since I went to Canada.
I mean, shit. Honestly, like you said that, and we could do that. Like if we drive, because we drive to Kentucky or like shorter places. Like if we just brought our own.
Yeah, dude.
Cookware.
Get those.
That's not a bad idea.
I have those, the Instacrates.
Yeah.
I just put everything in there. I have right now. It's probably 2 Instacrate worths. Because I have my my fucking Brita filter. I also have a Ninja air fryer that I really should use more because I found out when I got here it's a fucking dehydrator. So I could have been making like fruits and jerky and shit, but it just sat in my closet for a year. You know, like
I mean, I don't know if I'd use. I mean, you could use it as a dehydrator, but like
no, there's
I would definitely use the fuck out of that because even then, like you can go to Meijer and have like even different dinners out of there that you can just throw in the like corn dogs.
Yeah, I got fucking dino nuggies in the fridge or freezer.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, there's dinner right there. Throw those in the air fryer.
Yeah.
Boom.
And like reheating French fries and shit when you're out here, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, if you go like for a long trip and you're driving, fucking have some cookware. Bring it with. You can use the same shit you take camping usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got like we have that one extra. I think it's your cast iron.
The big one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
It's in the garage.
It's either
because we have mine in the basement, and then we have I think yours in the garage or in our thing because you were like, hey, I don't have a place to store this.
Yeah.
Just take it and add it to the camping gear.
I was gonna say it's either
so it
mine
became the camping
or
gear.
It's Destiny's, which means it's mine now.
Yes, fairly so. I'd laugh if she's like, "Hey, Becky." No, it has been.
It's been almost half a decade. It's mine now.
Almost it is the entire length of this podcast, basically.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Entertain the people real fast. I'm gonna grab another beer.
I'll go for it. So I'm gonna explain this to him in a second. He can probably hear it enough, but I ended up finishing Dragon Age. I know he was saying he didn't like it.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I could hear you the whole
You
time.
said you weren't like favorable to it, I guess.
Yeah, it just wasn't clicking for me yet.
That's fair. I think it definitely takes a little bit, especially if you haven't played the other games. It definitely has the vibes. It made me want to like actually replay the other games because it's been so long that there's part of me that like wants to actually be like, all right, I'm going to play all 3 games in a row and like totally re-envelop myself in it, because a lot of it like it involves the gods and all kinds of shit and certain characters that become whoever. And I was like, I'm trying to remember a lot of that stuff because they do make references to some of that, and some of those characters come back. So I was like, I want to replay the other games, and then like I might do that before I replay this game again under a different like character style. I think I would obviously probably find some bundle pack that they have and then play the first game into the second game, play this one, because they're all like very long and good games. I just like I think there was like almost like I would say like a 8-year gap
I think so.
between.
I think so. I want to
Like
say
it's a long time.
I want to say Destiny was playing through those. She accidentally got the second Dragon Age. She meant to get Dragon's Dogma or some shit. But yeah, that was like a few years old when we lived together. So there's been a huge gap between them, because that was like 2020. Shout out Lockdown, baby.
And then the first game was like even that I don't know. I think that was even that was probably I don't know because I probably got that game right around the time that we started hanging out.
That makes sense.
Like I may have just beaten it right around then, kind of deal, because
what was that?
It's by BioWare.
January 21st, 2016.
Yes. I probably beat it somewhere around like November.
That sounds
kind of deal.
Speaking of games from when we first started hanging out, a lot of my cosplay friends are playing through Mass Effect again. And one of them shot me a message and was like, "Holy fuck, you're in this game." And I was like, "I know." Because the fucking AI or whatever eating.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Seth Green says he loves me.
Dude, it's honestly it's such a great game, and like I'm probably gonna start playing it in the next couple months. But if I don't just do this, I might take a little break though. I'm not sure. I realize the NFL draft it'll have taken place I think by the time this happens, but like so that I might get back into football. We'll see. I've been taking a long break from it.
I feel like
mostly because I've been playing this.
I feel like football was like just happened. Well, yeah, it's.
I mean, kinda.
March, April, May. Yeah, we had the Super Bowl in February. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Well, I guess the draft's in like next week, 2 weeks, something like that. But they I think if I remember to, I'm definitely going to look for that bundle and see if they have it and then replay the games and then be like, all right, cool, let's go. Because I think, especially with it being all on one system, I might actually be able to import data instead of having to redecide all the shit. Because certain, like...
I know you...
For the second game...
You can do that in the new one. It asks you if you want to import stuff, and it, like, affects some of the story. Yeah.
Well, it'll affect, like, so, like, in the third game, one of the characters, it's like if you had a relationship with the previous hero, like, certain characters have, like, relationship that in, also, like, if you did certain quests and killed certain people or changed certain timelines and certain, it's like Mass Effect, but it's just old timey, essentially.
Yeah. Well, they came out around the same time, honestly, didn't they?
So I want to say Mass Effect was first, and then they did Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Like they did the first Mass Effect, then they did Dragon Age, then they did Mass Effect, back and forth.
Yeah, it was kind of.
And they haven't done a
Skyrim Fallout type deal, or Elder Scrolls
exactly.
Fallout. Yeah. Blech. Well, that sounded fun. I heard the water, and I did not like how it sounded.
Sorry.
In my ear.
Yeah, it was. I was trying to get a lot in once, but no, I very much. I did to wrap this up. I appreciated it. It was a good game. I thought it was pretty cool. It's definitely at the end of it, you end up like having like kind of essentially like a suicide mission. You have to pick certain people to do certain things and do your best, and I liked that. Apparently, there are a lot of different endings, and by that I mean I looked it up.
I didn't want to play
because
through
I mean essentially like
you got to play through the whole game
so
to get
I
'em,
yeah. Well, I did I mean essentially I found out I had already done everything right essentially up to this point because if you complete all of the quests, it basically like it sets things up in a way that you can like only a couple different changes here and there can be changed, like it changed the storyline, but I happen to have already done like all of those things. I was like, cool, I already set myself up for the ending I wanted, and the choices I would have made were already what I would have made anyway. So I'm like, cool. But it was really good. I think it was a fun setup. It was long enough that I'm very pleased with how much it gives you in terms of like all the stories amongst all the people, all of the other little random side quests to build up, because you have to develop, you have to get all of these the towns, you have a strength of ally ability or whatever, and then they're like so the more you do the better it is, all that jazz. So there's a lot and it's cool. So I probably give it 7.5, 8 out of 10.
It's a reasonable score.
Yeah, like I mean obviously it's nothing crazy. Like there wasn't the romances, the one that I had, it was kind of like compared to like at least the Mass Effect game. Like I thought those ones were better. Again, only did the one romance line. I've heard apparently I picked the worst one too, so it is what it is. Next time I'm already going to try a different person. Based on how storyline goes, I think it's gonna make it more interesting. So I'm like, all right, well, 7.5, 8 out of 10.
I went in the opposite of what I did with Baldur's Gate, because Baldur's Gate, I when I started doing the romance thing, I was like, I'm fucking Shadowheart, let's go, and it was like the fucking first girl you see, and then I ran into Karlach and was like, oh man, like I was like, I should have waited. So with Dragon Age, I was like, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna see what the companions I get, and like see what it is. But there was like one that was like, it kept giving the option for the romance, and I'm like, nah, we're gonna go with the bro answer. And instead of being like, I was really worried about you, it just immediately goes to like, you're gonna be all right, dude. Like,
well, honestly, this also like at a certain point, like if you don't commit early enough, you don't get certain end scenes.
Yeah, and
and so that's like,
I think where I am now, I'm like, I gotta commit to one of them, but I'm not getting like options for the one that I'm like, that's kind of my type in real life. Like I would go for that, It's the Asian-y lady. Yeah,
Balara is definitely my next option.
Yeah,
that was the next one I was going to be
She got the thighs.
Well, it was either that or Harding, but I was like, I'm not gonna play a dwarf class.
Well, I mean,
I wanted to play like an elf.
I'm an elf, and that's the
I
one.
mean,
that
you can
keeps
do
giving me the
whichever.
romance
Really, it
options.
doesn't matter. But
You're against interracial marriage.
yeah.
Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
she does that anyways. Yes. No.
I was like,
No, I did.
okay.
I was just committing to the bit.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I just thought it'd be funny because, like, for the sake, it's more without. I'm not giving spoilers. There's certain story arcs and stuff that happens that I'm like, okay, like, for those reasons, I think this part, the romance, might be more integral or interesting on this aspect than others.
I got you.
So I'm kind of like, all right, well, yeah. So I'm like, it's trying not to spoil it kind of deal, but it's pretty cool. It's a good storyline.
But speaking of Baldur's Gate, man, patch 8 came out today.
I still haven't beat it.
I haven't either. But patch 8 came out today as of recording, and it's got crossplay.
No shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Which means, you can play on that thing, and I'll play on this thing. Because I'm not spending another $80 to get it on that thing.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm down for that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be dope, man. I still got to find time to play with Nick. We usually play on Sundays, but he had C2E2 last week, and then this week I'm going to Kansas for Easter and whatnot. And then the following weekend is when I'm back home. I have a one-shot that I'm doing, and other than that, I am just hanging out with people back home. So it's going to be like 3 weeks of us not playing. It's kind of sucks.
That's fair. It happens.
Yeah, it's hard to schedule shit, but also like we're in Act 3 and like we're trying to do everything. So like we could go beat the game, but there's so much side stuff we want to do. Like,
ugh. Yeah, I'm like, that's my problem. Is that's I'm also would want to do all of the things, and you can't. There's no way we're going to play 70 to 80 hours. No. Of actual gameplay together. Like, that's impossible.
Not unless, like, if we lived together still, sure. It'd
be doable. Well, because then, we just film the fucking thing.
It'd be doable.
It'd be easy to just hammer out in a couple weekends.
Yeah, but no.
No. No.
But yeah, there's crossplay, man.
But I'm gonna... Dude, well... Sorry, I'm down. That'd be fun. At least a couple times, especially because we already kind of obviously know what to do, so we can probably power through a couple things real quick.
Yeah, we could maybe do an evil run or some shit. Oh no.
Yeah, do the evil run.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like I am gonna go help finish cooking dinner.
Okay.
And you guys, I'm sure your ribs are getting there soon.
I literally just heard them drop it at the door. Like really perfect timing.
Perfect timing. I'm like, you guys have a great week. We love you guys. Be nice to those that deserve it,
and fight those that don't. Also,
Bye,
get some
guys.
barbecue sauce.